Hello class, today I will give you a quick lesson on dinosaurs which you can watch on your home computers. Dinosaur bones make interesting exhibits in museums. Here we can see a dinosaur skeleton which is on display in the Tokyo Museum. Windows on the past. Scientists study fossils to learn about plants, animals, and environments of the past. A scientist who studies fossils is called a paleontologist. Fossils show us what extinct organisms looked like and how they lived. For example, the skulls of sauropods showed their small heads with long necks ate plants. Sauropod. Here we have a diagram of the sauropod. As you can see, it has a long neck, a large body, and a small head. And it has a large intestine to cope with digesting the plant fiber which it eats. Fossils and living organisms. One way paleontologists learn about extinct plants and animals is to compare them with plants and animals that exist today. For example, hadrosaurs' crests can be compared to peacock tails as to their use. Their crests may have been used to attract mates in a similar fashion to peacock tails. Fossils can also show how plants and animals have changed over time. Hadrosaurs. Here we can see a diagram of a hadrosaurus crest. Fossils and the environment. Fossils show that the Earth's environment has changed over many millennia. Scientists in Kansas found the remains of huge animals called ammonites, similar to squid, but these died 65 years ago. In South Dakota, scientists found the fossils of giant sea turtles, which lived 70 million years ago. These areas were covered in water in the past. Ammonites. Here we can see a giant ammonite fossil. That fossil on the left has a diameter of roughly a man's height. Fossil age. Many fossils are located within layers of rock. Older layers of rock are under newer layers. Fossils found in deeper layers are usually older than those above them. Scientists can use radioactive dating to determine the age of a fossil by measuring the amount of radioactive material. Fossils found in rocks. In the picture of the left, we can see a surface fossil that would be more recent than a fossil which is buried deep in the rock layers, such as that on the right. Fossil fuels. Where do fossil fuels come from? Fuels such as coal and oil come from fossils. Fossil fuels come from the remains of organisms that lived millions of years ago. The remains of dead animals become fossils, then fuel after pressure for millions of years. Fossil fuels are used in power plants to produce electricity but are limited in supply. Geologic time to scale. Scientists use information about ages of fossils and rocks to make a timeline of Earth's history. A timeline is a geologic timescale from the Precambrian, Paleozoic, Mesozoic to Cenozoic eras. The earliest time span is at the lowest level and the most recent time span is at the top. The time scale shows time when different creatures existed, from bacteria, sea turtles to pre-humans. Okay class, that concludes our lesson for today, so goodbye until next time then. Cheers.